What's up, you guys? It's Ben and welcome to my channel where we talk about everything there is relating to selling on Amazon. So if you're interested in that sort of stuff, consider subscribing. So for today's video, what I wanted to do is give you 3 ideas for you to think about to start selling on Amazon in 2021. As I mentioned in my previous videos, thinking about selling now in 2020 when we are only a couple of weeks away from Christmas is not viable. It's not possible. You're just not going to bring out a product quickly enough to sell on Amazon in 2020. However, starting off in 2021, you can do it and you'll be able to make quite a lot of money if you start now, okay? However, before I start, there is a couple of things I need to let you know. Number one, expect delays, okay? If you're going to sell in the UK marketplace, once UK leaves Brexit and leaves the European Union, there will most likely be some delays at the border. So when a supplier tells you that it's going to take 4 weeks for the product to arrive, expect a slight delay or maybe sometimes even an extreme delay. And secondly, also, make sure to understand that there will be a Chinese New Year coming up in February as well. So if you are going to start selling, you need to start thinking about product research and doing it extensively now so you can order and make sure that your products get shipped out before the Chinese New Year holiday starts. Because for you guys that don't know what Chinese New Holiday is, no New Year's is basically where they take 2 weeks or sometimes even 3 weeks completely off. That means you will not be able to speak to any Chinese supplier at all on Alibaba, and they will not be able to answer any of your queries, and basically your business will be at a standstill for 3 weeks. This is what happened to me last year when I completely forgot about it, and then I realized that basically I am unable to buy or reorder any of my products at all until the beginning of March. So make sure to keep that in mind and do a little bit of research around when does Chinese New Year actually start. So the first product that I wanted to share with you guys today is a hot water bottle. Now, before I actually share these products, a lot of you might be thinking, well, you're selling on Amazon yourself. Why exactly are you sharing these product ideas? Why not just use them yourself? Well, matter of fact is, guys, what you don't understand is that it's not about ideas. Ideas are relatively easy to come across and find. What's the difficult part is making sure that you get a product that people will like in your marketplace, and also that people will buy, and also that you're going to get it at the right price as well from your Chinese supplier. That is the difficult part. It's the negotiation and speaking to your suppliers and making sure it is economically viable, that you'll be able to make money out of it. That's the difficult part. Ideas are very, very easy to come across. And as you can see, what I like about hot water bottles is a couple of things. Number one, they come in so many different shapes and sizes and colors, which is great for differentiation, which is one of the things that we're really looking for. Secondly, they come across in these new sorts of bigger hot water bottles as well. There is no really big brand that is hogging the niche completely on their own. And also what I also like is the price point as well. I mean, they start with as little as £8, which is good for you guys that are starting off on a relatively low budget. Now, if we look at Helium 10 Chrome extension, and this is where basically Helium 10 is a product research tool that I personally use to kind of find out what are the sales of all of the other sellers on Amazon.co.uk. They do provide quite accurate results, and if you are interested in using that software, I'll leave a link down in the description. But as you can see, people here using hot water bottle, Helium 10 will show us that they are making a lot of money at the moment in terms of revenue, okay? And from a review count perspective, there are actually still quite a lot of sellers with low number of reviews, 10 reviews, making £11,000. Why is that the case? Well, for the simple fact that at the moment, the case is because it's approaching Christmas. A lot of us will actually see a lot of our products in demand increase because of Christmas. However, the interesting thing about hot water bottles is that it actually sells relatively well post-Christmas as well, because January, February, people are still staying at home, people still want to stay warm, and a hot water bottle is just a nice thing to have near you, etc. So think about, what kind of products do you think people will start buying after Christmas, after New Year's, after all the gift giving and so on. And those are the sort of ideas that are quite good. Now, as you can see, there are people making quite a lot of money in terms of revenue on Amazon with a relatively low review count. And Helium 10 will also show me, as you can see, the sales track for them for the last 30 days, and you can see a lot of these guys seeing their sales increase quite dramatically. Now, the total revenue after Christmas is not going to be as high as this. However, it still is going to be a relatively decent number, given that hot water bottles is a product you can buy pretty much any time of the year. Now, what I would do next if I was looking into this niche further for you guys is basically go on Alibaba, type in hot water bottle, and start looking for ideas. Start looking exactly as to what exactly am I looking for, what kind of product, how could I differentiate myself? Is it a different type of water bottle? Is it a different color? As simple as that. Is it like a different shape, or you know, has some sort of writing on it, etc. As you can see, this one comes with a different shape, which is really nice as well. So yeah, and then what you do is simply speak to the supplier. You ask them, how much would you like for 500 units? What is the best possible price that you can provide to me? And then see exactly how much they can come back to, negotiate, and that's how you start the process. The second product that I found that I was actually quite interested about is actually resistance bands. Now, you might be thinking straight away, resistance bands, this is one of the most competitive niches ever. And yes, you might be right. There is a lot of people that are selling resistance bands. However, what are people going to be mostly interested in doing after New Year's? Is exercising. And with so many people still concerned about COVID, a lot of these guys are actually going to be trying to exercise and do as much workouts as possible at home, in the park, outdoors, not necessarily at the gym. And this is where resistance bands really come really well, because what I like about them, again, the price point is perfect, the product is really nice, there's no one clear-cut brand. You can see there's a lot of variety with people using bundles in different shapes and sizes and strengths of these resistance bands. There's different resistance bands. They bundled them as well. What you will also find is that the price points are very varied. You can start from as little as 777 to £25 as well. So you can easily see that there's a lot of variation in this niche as well. You just need to look out for it. And if we look at helium 10 figures again, what we'll see is that a lot of people are actually making a substantial amount of money selling these resistance bands right now. I mean, total revenue, it's one of the highest I've ever seen, is actually almost up to 2 million. All of these products basically combined is making over 2 million in revenue. And if you actually look at the review count for these products, you will actually see that some of the products have got a relatively low review count, but are still making quite a lot of money. I mean, this guy literally just started and is already making £5,000. Another guy with 10 reviews is on 2,000, 12 reviews, £13,000. So you can see that even though a lot of people will consider this niche really competitive or whatever, people that are just starting off are still making a substantial amount of money. So my question is, why can't you be one of those people? Why can't you be one of those people that will actually look at the niche, think about how can I differentiate myself, how can I make it better, and then sell it? Here I have in front of me a perfect example. These resistance bands pretty much look exactly the same as all the others, but they have a nice sort of pattern to it, and they have a little workout guide. You can easily do this yourself and sell it with each and every single product. This is the perfect example of how you differentiate yourself from the competition, and they are on the first page with 20 reviews, and I'm pretty sure they are selling really well. And then the last but not least is something very simple that I came across with earlier today, and it is a knife sharpener. Now, the reason why I came across this product that I like a lot about as well, again, it's very simple. With this particular product, I like because it's quite light as well. So if you're in a rush to start selling on Amazon, you can actually get this air shipped. And you can also see again that the price points can be varied between £10, £20, £12. It's perfect. And what I also like is that you're not going to spend too much, basically not pay too much for the shipping of these products too. So what you can do is, if I can go on to Helium 10, a Chrome extension once again, and have a look as to how much these guys are making in terms of money, you'll be able to see that these guys are all again in the 30s, 40s, £1,000 as well in terms of revenue. Now, when it comes to product researching, like I said before, ideas are very easy. I can come up with 10 different ideas pretty quickly, okay? Well, the difficult part is speaking to suppliers, messaging between 20 to 40 suppliers, and getting a good price for your product. You need to calculate the fees, you need to calculate the cost of shipping, you need to calculate the cost of the actual product itself, convert it from dollars to pounds. You need to make sure to understand what people are looking for in this particular niche. What are they complaining about at the moment? So how can you differentiate and make yourself stand out and make yourself better than the rest of the competition? That is where the difficult part is. That is where the money is made, not in these simple ideas that you guys can come across pretty easily. And for all of you guys that think some of the niches are just too competitive, with thousands and thousands of reviews, I literally just showed you 3 niches that have got products in there that are making money at the moment with relatively low number of reviews. So it just proves to you that it is possible. Those guys just found a way to differentiate themselves, whether it's on price, on color, on the functionality of the product, and able to get onto the first page very, very quickly, because Amazon's #1 goal is to make money. And if they can see that your product is going to sell and makes money, they will put it onto the first page, regardless of how many reviews it will have. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I really hope you guys found it useful. In my next video, I'm actually going to be disclosing all of my sources of passive income, so make sure to tune in for that. If you do like this sort of content, please don't forget to subscribe and like the video. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.